got some really great home solutions for you. We're gonna start off in the kitchen and then we're gonna end up outside, but we're gonna go throughout the home. So when I say solutions, they're solutions to kind of everyday problems that a lot of us have, and one of those is the issue of having to throw away money. I mean, throw away food, which you paid good money for, because they went bad before you had a chance to eat them. Whether it's your produce, whether it's your fruit, we have an easy way, and I do mean easy way, to help to resolve that. You're looking here at the Eco Egg Fresher for Longer discs. And you use these in your refrigerator or your fruit bowl to absorb ethylene oxide gases from your produce, helping them to delay the ripening process so you can keep your produce looking fresher for longer. We're gonna give you all of the details on these. Rachel Ellis is joining us to help us out. We're glad that you're here.
Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning to you.
Good to be here, flown all the way up from the UK.
Thank you for sure for helping us, because this is what a lot of our refrigerators look like.
Exactly. I mean, if you're fed up of opening the door and finding food that has gone bad before you've had a chance to eat it, now we've got the solution, because these clever discs are gonna keep your fruit and your vegetables fresher for longer, saving you money, helping you to cut down on that unnecessary food waste, and probably keep up with that healthy diet as well, because you'll have plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables in your fridge.
Let's hope so. And the way you're gonna order, we're gonna explain how you use them, is you can get a 6-pack or a 9-pack. If you get the 6-pack, you'll get that really great handy holder. If you don't need the holder, then go ahead and get the 9-pack. Either way, it's $14.95, so you've got the same price.
And the value is incredible, actually, because each one lasts for 3 whole months, Tamara.
Wow.
So you're gonna put this into your fridge, put it into your fruit bowl. It's gonna sit there working away for 3 months to keep your fruit and vegetables fresher for longer. So if you go for that 6-pack with the holder, that's up to a 1.5-year supply.
Wow.
And I want to show you the power of these discs. Now, I'm gonna put my glove on because some of this is not very nice. So let's take a look at my broccoli here, 26-day-old broccoli. This was bought same shelf, same supermarket, same time. The only difference is this one's been kept in a fridge with that fresher for longer disc. This has been kept in a fridge without, and you can see the difference.
Yikes.
I mean, it's discolored. Look at the mold forming here. But the one that's been kept with a disc for 26 days, Tamara, it's still firm, it's fresh, it's got its vitamins, its nutrients intact. So this is proven technology to prolong the life. What about things like these bell peppers here, 22 days old? Look at the difference.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and if you're someone that maybe can't get to the store very often, you want to keep lots of healthy fruit and vegetables in your fridge, this is a great way to prolong the life. You know, the average family throws away over $1,100 worth of fresh fruit and vegetables every year. So think of the money you can be saving just by popping one of these into your fridge, into your fruit bowl. Strawberries here, I mean, I can't even pick these up. Look, 11-day-old strawberries. Everybody loves strawberries, but they go off so quickly. You know, you only need one bad one in the punnet and they all go bad.
That's true.
But these clever discs are gonna keep them fresher for longer. So maybe you love making smoothies on a regular basis. This is gonna give you those extra days on your berries, those extra smoothies.
This is good. This really is. I mean, and you're seeing all different kinds of fruits and produce, things that maybe are not as expensive and some things that really are very expensive. If I can just easily pop these in to the refrigerator or the fruit bowl, that's all I have to do.
Yeah, and it's really clever but safe science. So there's no chemicals involved in this because Eco Egg is all about powerful chemical-free solutions.
Okay.
So let me explain the science a little bit.
For sure.
Because the enemy here is something called ethylene gas. And ethylene gas causes your fruit and vegetables to ripen. But when they ripen, they give off that same gas. So you get this vicious circle at play. When you pop the disc in, there's a natural blend of minerals which is proven to absorb that harmful ethylene gas, taking it away from the environment to keep your fruit and vegetables fresher for longer. So I want to show you this with a real science experiment here, because we got 2 bunches of bananas on the same day 12 days ago. The only difference is this one's been kept here with a fresher for longer disc, this one's been kept without. Now I've got a very fancy piece of kit here. This is my ethylene gas detector. So it measures how much ethylene gas is in the atmosphere. So first of all, we're going to see how much is in with the bananas with that disc, and we will expect to see a low reading because it's a natural process to ripen. We're just slowing that process down. So we're gonna see what number we settle on here. Okay. And we're slowing down to 1.4. It's creeping really slowly, 1.5. I'm gonna go over to the bananas now without the disc. And I want you to see what happens to this number because it's gonna start moving very quickly now.
Oh, wow.
And can you see how that's going up, up, up? Because there's so much ethylene gas in there. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Into the hundreds we're going. More ethylene means more ripening. That's why these bananas have gone bad, and you can see they have. But if I go back to the one with that disc, you'll see that number. We were in like the 175s. We're coming back down. You see how it's reversing? Yeah. Because the natural mineral inside that disc is absorbing that harmful ethylene gas. These are proven to work back home in the UK where these are made and where they come from. These are 5 out of 5 star rated products. And these are the reasons why, because it really will make a difference to your weekly shop.
So let me ask you, so all I have to do is put this disc in the refrigerator?
Yeah. My top tip is obviously to make sure that the packaging of your fruit and vegetables is slightly open to allow the air to circulate. Okay. You're going to get those best results. Now, if you go for the one with the holder, that's my advice for your fridge, because if you get condensation in your fridge and moisture, that will not help with the efficacy. So you want to keep it dry. So that holder is ideal if you've got a lot of condensation to keep it dry in situ. But look how easy it is. It's not just for your fridge, it's for your fruit bowl. Maybe you've got a box where you keep your things like your potatoes and your onions, things like your lunch boxes or your picnic hampers. You know, pop this in and it really will help to prolong the life.
Wow. Okay, I think this is brilliant. And this is probably one of the easiest solutions you'll ever find.
So simple.
So you can get the 6-pack with the holder or the 9-pack without the holder. Either way, it's going to be $14.95.
I mean, look at the difference here. These are only 6 days old and already, I mean, this is like moldy raspberry soup over here. Oh my gosh. You're trying to keep up with your healthy choices, you know, you want to keep fresh fruit and vegetables. This is not going to be one of your 5 a day right here. So look at the difference that these can make. And this is actually proven technology, Tamra. It's technology that they use in the fruit and vegetable industry in large supermarket warehouses. They use it on cruise ships. We've put it into a format for you to use at home to make your fridge more efficient. I mean, you know, if you're a vegetarian, you're going to want to keep lots of fruit and vegetables in the house.
I get this all the time.
That is not going to be going into my delicious Caesar salad, but the one that's been kept for 15 days with a disc in the fridge, listen to this. Oh, it is fresh, it is crisp, it is juicy.
I got water on my forehead.
You got a bit of fresh spray there.
Yes. No, that's
how
fresh.
juicy it is. Now that's fresh. You know, so this is the difference after 15 days. You know, if you're on a budget, you can avoid throwing away money every week. Maybe you like to buy one, get one free. Well, you know, now you can save the money and avoid throwing the other one away at the end of the week. Maybe you grow your own fruit and vegetables. You know, maybe when that bumper crop comes in, they don't have to go to waste. Look at this sweet corn after 12 days. You can see that all the mold and discoloration forming here. But the one that's been kept with that fresher for longer disc is still good to eat after 12 days. And I just love how simple it is, because all you do is take this disc and you just pop one in your fridge, pop one in your fruit bowl. It's going to sit there working away for 3 whole months, Tamara, keeping your fruit and vegetables fresher for longer, saving you money.
So let me ask you, so I pop it in the fridge. I like the one with the holder.
Me too.
So I pop it in the fridge, and let's say I get it now, and then at the end of December, I change it out and put a different one, because that would be 3 months. Where do I keep the other ones before I use them?
Oh, you just keep them in the packet that they come in. They come in a little cellophane wrapper. Okay. And what's great about them is they've got a little date label on the front. Oh, nice. So you don't have to think about, oh, when's 3 months? You just write your little expiry date here. Oh, cool. And then when your 3 months is up, you're just going to switch it out for a fresh one. Now, if you are using one at a time, they last for 3 months each. So that's up to a 1.5 year supply in the 6-piece kit. Obviously, if you want to use them in different places, you might want to pick up on the 9-piece kit as well. But I have to say, I love this holder, because this has been designed to fit whatever kind of fridge you have. So it comes with the suction cup, so you can attach it to the shelf. You've got the hook, you can hang it from a rack. So it's completely versatile, whatever works for you. It keeps your disc dry, in place, neatly held. These holes here, they really boost the airflow around the disc as well. So, you know, whichever kit you go for, this is proven technology, keeping your fruit vegetables fresher for longer. It's just gonna save you so much money.
This is so good. I love a simple solution. solution, don't you? So from Echo Egg, you can get the 6-pack with the holder or the 9-pack without the holder. $14.95, and just try it. See the difference that it can make. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you so much, Tamara.
I love that we're starting off with really solving everyday problems, saving money, and doing it so simple at the same time. Let's share with you what we have coming up. This is it. Okay, so what you're looking at right here is a cordless vacuum. But I don't want you to think of what you typically think of when you see a cordless vacuum, which is, oh, I've got to vacuum as fast as humanly possible because it's only going to be charged for about 3 minutes. No, not this. You've got a nice long 40-minute charge on this. You've got a super lightweight, real vacuum cleaner. It's not just for those quick little pick-me-ups. You can easily vacuum all of your carpets. You can vacuum your hard floors with the same Today Special from Bissell that you see right here. We've got it for you at a really amazing price. Look at our regular price, almost $250. It's coming up in just a few moments. Give us just, you know, a quick presentation, and I want to make sure you get yours. Now, we've got special pricing, free shipping, and flex pay on select Bissell items. And if you're in the market for something new from Bissell, just check hsn.com and type in Bissell. So I really love this next presentation that we have for you, because I think it's one of those kinds of items that everybody can benefit from. Whether you like your hot beverages, your coffee, your teas, and you want them to stay hot. Whether you like your cold beverages, your waters and your iced teas and your lemonades, and you want those to stay cold. Or maybe you're just somebody who likes to kind of munch on ice throughout the day and you want it when you want it. That's what Arctica is gonna do for you. It's a stainless steel vacuum insulated tumbler that's 30 ounces. That's a lot of drinking, Tim Wilkins.
It's a big mug. It's a big mug.
It's a big mug.
But if you're trying to drink more water and be healthy like you're supposed to, 2 of these a day, that's your gauge right there. That's all you need.
Oh.
And you want to drink cold water. Most people do. Nobody wants a lukewarm anything. Oh, go get me a lukewarm beer. Go get me a nice tepid vodka and soda, whatever it is.
It's not a feeling.
It's the middle of the night. I got to talk to you people. This is going to keep that cold for hours and hours and hours, up to 24 hours. Laboratory tested, laboratory approved to keep ice for 30 hours. So if you're tailgating, which is now, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna always have ice, but keep refilling beverage. If you're on the beach, if you're at the lake, you're gonna have ice. If you're driving into work like a lot of us, or leaving this on the bedside table, you're not only gonna have a cold beverage, but this isn't gonna, no condensation, and it's not gonna sweat and get your rings all over your nice wood table. You won't need a coaster for this. And there's a reason for that. And while I've got it up here, it's because these actually have a technology in them. This is 2 layers of stainless steel with a vacuum seal in between. You see that extra little layer down in here. I'll poke my finger in there so you can see. And that's what's keeping the temperature outside from affecting the temperature inside, and inside from outside. So if it's a piping hot cup of coffee, you won't need one of those sleeves you get at the expensive coffee place. And if it's ice cold, I'll actually put my coffee in my holder in the car. And this fits, by the way. It's tapered to do that. Hour and 45-minute drive in here. Air conditioning 9 months out of the year in Florida, blasting on our hot cup of coffee, still hot when I get here.
So good. That's why these are always popular. We've got them for you in all colors. And so you decide whether you want green, pink, we have white, black, purple, red, or blue. They're 30 ounces. You're gonna get the tumbler, you screw on that lid, and we're gonna show you how that works. But you've got it at a price break of $14.95. This is the last chance at the price break, and it's the lowest price we've ever offered on these.
Okay, there's a fancy brand out there that's named after the abominable snowman that costs 2 to 3 times as much as this. You talk about the lid, Tamara. This is an upgraded lid that you have to spend an extra $10 to $15 with other brands to get.
Wow.
This actually screws on. It's got a heavy-duty rubber gasket you see with this white gasket, and this normally, they just have a hole in theirs. We used to have a slider that was nice and spill resistant. This makes it so much more spill resistant because, it actually snaps down with a rubber stopper in there to really make that spill resistant.
Good.
So you're not gonna have that 150 to 200 degree coffee splashing all over. Now, you might not be a tailgater. You might not be a long haul trucker that needs 30 ounces of coffee hot for hours and hours. You might be just someone who starts with that cup of coffee in the morning and wanders around the house and has to keep putting it back in the microwave. Hot cup, don't touch that. Or putting more coffee in it and messing up your creamer ratio. This actually, I have thought all this out. This actually has been sitting in ice for about an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
On the bottom of this mug, 31 degrees.
Okay.
Inside, I had to unscrew that in advance. Mm-hmm. Move my hand there, 158.
Wow.
So 2 hours in ice. If you're an ice fisherman, if you have someone in your life who's gonna be out there sitting in one of those little sheds waiting for one of those whitefish called that come up and eat those tiny little things, 2, 3, 4 hours they'll sit out there with a hot cup of beverage. This can actually sit in the snow next to the seat and still have hot coffee.
So good and so perfect time of year to have it.
And if you're tailgating, these are all in your team colors. Unless your team is pink or teal or, there's even purples. But this covers about a third of the teams in the big league.
That's very true.
And if you have college teams you love, this has had hot coffee in it for about 2 hours, cold beverage in it, hours and hours.
Wow.
I've been out on the beach with the kids. My little one loves this. She'll come home, this is her mug to take to school because they're allowed to have water at their desk. And she loves to come home every day like she's selling stuff on TV. And she'll tell me, I still have ice. Hours and hours, I still have ice. Funny. 11 years old, she's so cute.
That's so funny, but you know what? She knows what's important. And this really helps you to have whatever beverages that you want. You've got it. I love that it looks good. It's easy to hold. She's 11 years old, and because it's tapered, it's easy to hold at the bottom. Again, fits into any cup holder. $14.95, and not only that, you've got 2 flex to get this home. So if you've seen the presentation, you're saying, I want to try it out. I'm tired of having to reheat my coffee, or I'm tired of having, having rings around my nightstand because of the condensation, then you have found your solution. Green, pink, white, black, purple, red, or blue, 30 ounces. You just decide which ones you want.
Now, Tamara.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave this to you because you've got more to share with us.
I do.
I'm gonna run over to the next studio.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you in a second. You too.
All right. So many of us have been using, like I did for years. This was my go-to mug for everything I did: hot beverages, cold beverages. But one of the beauties of stainless steel, unlike these very expensive plastic cups, you'll see this is faded. This has actually been taking on every cup of coffee I've ever had. Then I go to put a cold beverage in there. I have coffee-flavored lemonade. With stainless steel, you won't get the transfer of flavor. And this doesn't have a technology. It's got a layer between the plastics, but that's not letting that cold air or hot air not affect the temperature inside. With this, you will not have that affected. You'll have cold for up to 24 hours, hot for up to 12 hours, and ice for up to 30 hours. That's the beauty of this. With the lid, which these don't come with the lid that comes with this, you're almost getting the tumbler for free for the price of the other people's lids. And Tamara was talking about holding them. We actually have holders that are available that you can get to hold mugs that actually fit on other beverages, so you can have your favorite beverage with a holder, and they're in a variety of colors, so these are super fun. I've had mine for about 3 or 4 years since we first brought these to HSN. Not my holders, but my tumblers. And if you go out and you look at the expensive brands, you even walk the halls of the grocery store where they have these now, there's a whole aisle for them. They won't have the technology. They won't have the expensive lids. They won't have all the things you're getting now. And you're gonna realize at some point, you absolutely have to have 4, 6, 8 of these. If you're a tailgater, if you're the one who has everybody over on Sundays or Saturdays for the big college games, and you wanna load up on all your college team's colors and have everybody, these are so much fun to know that their beverages are gonna be ice cold for as long as they need them to be cold because of the technology that are in these. Because of the fact that we've used that layer of stainless steel with that vacuum in between. Guy, one of my favorites, Guy, Mr. Science, says that cold air and what temperature doesn't travel through a vacuum, so it's that vacuum seal that keeps your beverages just the right temperature all day long. You're gonna absolutely love these.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Tim. Please stay on the phone for those Arctic mugs, and go ahead and get whatever color that you love. Now, I ran into the next studio because we wanted to set up for our today's special. And I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's gonna be your easiest, lightest weight way for you to do your vacuuming on your carpets, your floors, and you can do it without tripping over that cord. It's all thanks to Bissell. This is their latest and greatest model, and it's your today's special. So what you're looking at right here is a cordless vacuum. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, cordless vacuum, that's, I've got to vacuum real fast because it's only going to be on for a couple minutes, or that's only when I have a quick mess that I need to clean up, right? No, 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 not this one. This is your vacuum. This is the one that you use for your carpets, your hard floors. This is the one that you can use throughout your house because it's going to hold the charge for about 40 minutes, not for about 4 minutes where a lot of the others do. It's super lightweight, so if you have to go up and down stairs from one floor to the next or down into the basement, this is the way you want to go. It's about 8 pounds. It's super powerful, that nice long charge. It's a great look, right? You've got it in either the purple or the teal. And there are even headlights along the front. When we turn it on, you maybe just saw it just a second ago, you're gonna see those lights, and those lights really illuminate a lot of areas when we're vacuuming that we may miss. You get all of this from Bissell at a today's special price. Normally would be closer to $250. Not today. You've got it on FlexPay for $37.99, and you even have free shipping. Choose purple or teal. I'm coming on over to Peter Kilcullen, who's going to give us all the details. Peter.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Cordless vacuum that I can vacuum my whole house with?
Yes. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. Now, I'm going to tell all of you what I was telling Tamara. Tamara had never seen the AirRam before. Yeah. And she's like, really? Really, can it do all that? And I was convincing her, and I think you're gonna be convinced as well. Because it really, you know, when you're looking at it, and Tamara said this, and you might be thinking, it looks just like, well, is that just a regular stick vac? Yeah. No. Well, it's certainly not your big upright that you have to plug in. It's definitely not that. Let's say that this is a category of its own. Okay. Because it's completely different than anything you've seen before. Because it's cordless, but it's not just for the floors. It's not just for some carpets. Yeah. This is going to be your vacuum that you're gonna use all around the house because it works, and it works as well as those uprights. It works better than any of those other cordless vacuums that are out there. So if it's lightweight, works on all those surfaces, runs for 40 minutes, it is so easy to use. But we wanted to show you how well it can work. So here's a great mess. We've got streamers and pet hair and all kinds of different things, and you can just see how it's just gonna do a great job on all these different surfaces, and I think that's why you're gonna love it the most. I mean, look at that. And there's a lot of technology involved in here, you know, besides that it's cordless, and then it has a great battery that's gonna run for 40 minutes, that it's going to charge in 4 hours. I mean, look at the difference on this carpet.
Well, that was fast.
Right away. Did we get everything? Gosh. Look at that. I mean, it does such a great job. Now, when you're looking at this, Tamara, and this is some of the stuff, I wasn't able to show you all of this earlier when we were talking, but when you think of a typical vacuum, so you have the vacuum, and you're like, does it have a lot of suction power? And then it has like the big
like turbo engine.
It's gonna, well, and then it's gonna have your dirt canisters up here. So what Bissell did with this one, we're talking about our AirRam. Look at this. Here's your dust compartment right here. You know what's so cool about that is, well, it's only about not even an inch off the ground. So we've got the suction power to bring all that dirt and debris. It only has to bring it right here. It's off your floor. It's in that canister that quickly, that easily. So I'm gonna open that up again. And then I just push this little wand to let that out, dump everything back out onto the carpet. I'll move that back here, close that up, and it can go back in. But what's so neat about that is that we have all the power that you want, and we have compression tank technology. So all of this debris, this huge amount of pet hair, and we've got sand in there and all those streamers, fits into this canister. Because I know what you're thinking, well, how am I gonna get all the stuff I normally vacuum up into that huge canister into this little one? Well, we're gonna show you that tonight, that we're gonna be able to do it because it does such a great job. And do you know that I have been presenting vacuums on HSN for over 16 years.
Wow.
And I don't like to pick favorites, but this is it.
This is the favorite.
It's absolutely true. It is amazing. When you look at it, please, I want you to just look right past that can't possibly, because it doesn't look like the big clunky ones. It's amazing.
And you know what, too? I know we've been conditioned. I mean, it's just over the years that we think the bigger the better when it comes to vacuum cleaners.
Right.
Do you notice how streamlined this is? And did you notice how quiet it was?
Sure.
And it still picked up. It didn't leave a single thing. And we're talking pet hair. It is called the canine. So we're talking pet hair and sand.
Yeah, listen, let me just get up close to that sand. And now, you're right, that this is our canine, so it's even better. We want it to be fantastic. We want it to last. The canine has been improved with even better and amazing aluminum construction. And then we also have the extra filters that we're including. You know what's neat? You can watch that as we vacuum that up, and then you see it right there in that canister in a blink of an eye. It does such an amazing job. So it's better, it's stronger, but still it has everything that you want. That powerful motor that really just gets everything out of the carpet, everything off your floors. And it does it without that cord. It does it at 8 pounds. I mean, it will amaze you. I mean, that's the thing. You're gonna get it home and you're gonna compare it to that stick vac, which it's not. Then you're gonna get it home and you're gonna compare it to that big, giant, heavy vacuum that you have to plug in, and it's definitely not that either. It really is a whole new way, like just the future of vacuuming, because it really is fantastic and easy. And then we talk about when you use it, 40 minutes of runtime, which is really impressive because there's a lot of cordless vacuums out there, and some of them go 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. If you want to get your entire house done without having to recharge, this is the way to go, 40 minutes. And it really will be something that's completely different, but really works. Look at those headlights on the hardwood floor.
Yeah, so you can see the dust and the debris that you're picking up. Do you see that? Most of them don't have that, but this one does. Do you see how, again, it's streamlined enough to go underneath those cabinets? Like we said, for carpets, for any floor surface, which we're going to show you. Should we come over here?
Floors as well.
And you just decide whether you want it in purple or in teal. That's it. I love that it is so lightweight. So if you have to take it up and down stairs, this is the one.
Yeah, and what I want you to notice here, so I don't have to do anything different when I go to that hard floor surface, but I want you to see when you look at something like this is coffee on a hardwood floor, the first thing you're going to think about is, well, it's just going to scatter it everywhere. But it doesn't do it. That suction power and the technology to seal it to the floor, so it has such a powerful suction to that floor that it's not allowing that dirt and debris, and in this situation, that coffee, to go anywhere but into that canister, and you will be amazed. So look at that. It's so simple to get those floors done. And I'm telling you, if you've never used a vacuum with headlights like on this Air Ram, it will amaze you.
For sure.
So from floor to that carpet in seconds, area rugs. Now watch this. I don't have to make a single change, and you are gonna see all the dirt that's in that carpet gone in seconds.
Okay.
I mean, look at the difference you can see in that carpet already.
I mean, this is a real vacuum cleaner. You can see that even the carpet lines that so many of us love so much.
Right.
You've got that going. Easy to push, easy to roll. And you mentioned that it goes from floor surface to floor surface, even with the roll going, the brush roll going.
Yeah, exactly. Again, with some of those larger vacuums, they have a brush roll, beater bar brush, whatever you want to call it. And it's fantastic. You need it for those carpets to make sure that we can get that suction power down deep. That's what we're doing with the Air Ram. But we don't have to turn it off when we go to those floor surfaces. So hardwood floors, to your area rugs, to your tile floors, to your runners, you don't have to do anything. It does it all, and it does it all better than what you're currently using, which I think is pretty impressive. And I wanted to show everyone how easy it is now. You're thinking, well, what do I have to do to charge the battery? Now, you can just plug in the unit in the back, but I'm going to show you, this is a great way to do it. Take the battery out, you plug it in right there. So you charge your cell phone every night. It's exactly the same as that. You plug the charger in the back, plug the charger into the wall, and you're set to go. That's how easy it is. Pop that back in and you're set. 40 minutes of runtime and a 4-hour charge.
It's so good.
It really is.
Now you understand why today's special. Today's specials are items that some of them are brand new. Some of them are items that we know that you're going to love because they do solve those everyday problems and issues that we have to deal with. And this is one. You have told us, as we get older, there are things that we just want to be more convenient. I don't want a super heavy vacuum. I don't want something that, cord that I'm gonna trip over. I don't want something that I'm gonna have to kind of maintain and remember which button to press when I'm going from surface to surface. With this, I just push it. I just use it. Right. It's simple to dump. When you need to take it to the trash and dump it out, pop it back in, you're good to go. When we talk about charging, don't be afraid of that. It's not like it's super high tech. You plug it in and then you pop it back in and go. So You get everything, including the scent charger.
Yes, we have the scent cartridges that you can put in there. So you get a beautiful spring scent as you're vacuuming, which is really nice. But again, you're exactly right. When you see this, you're gonna know, I mean, so many things are changing. They're getting better, they're getting easier to use, and that's exactly what you're getting with this AirM. So the AirM has been super popular here at HSN, but now we have the AirM Canine, so it's even better. So you're gonna have something that lasts longer, that performs better, and can handle some serious messes. So look at this one. This is certainly a light, almost a white carpet, again, covered in pet hair. And I wanted to show you this. So this is typically a canister that you might see on one of those big, you remember this, the big, heavy, clunky ones that you have to plug in. So you're thinking, what about all that? What if I have to vacuum up all this? How am I gonna get that into that small canister? Remember, this is going to be compression tank technology. So we're compressing all of that dirt and debris that goes in the canister. So even this amount of pet hair, I mean, that's pretty heavy.
That's a lot of dog.
Exactly. We're gonna be able to do it with this AirM Canine. And again, this is heavy black hair on the carpet, and it will do a great job. And I think you're gonna be really impressed at how well it works on all those areas, on all that hair. I mean, look at that.
Wow.
And again, you don't have to do anything different with this. I'm gonna go right through the middle of that hair. And it really is amazing what it'll do. And you'll see it all in that canister. It'll start to compress that hair down. But if you want something that's easier to use, where you just pull it out of the closet and it does a great job, you charge it. Again, you charge your cell phone at night. If you're doing that, this is gonna be no different at all.
For sure, and because it holds a charge for 40 minutes, you really can vacuum your entire home. If it held a charge for half that or only a third of that, you'd have to rush all throughout and say, I'm gonna vacuum until it wears out, right?
Exactly.
This is 40 minutes. You can do your living room, your dining room. You can do the kitchen because it's hard floor. Do all of the bedrooms, and then I think you're done, right?
You've got to be done. 40 minutes is enough vacuuming for anyone.
Yeah.
And how about this? It's very lightweight and easy to use. But what I love about this is it has low profile. So I can get underneath that table, but look at this. When I want to go really low, watch this. I can go virtually flat to the floor, and still I can have that maneuverability that I want. So under the beds, under the furniture, under the dressers, this will still do it and still be able to pick up that mess. So whatever you have to tackle, really think about this AirM Canine doing it. You know, we call it the Canine because Bissell is very in support of dogs and dog owners or any type of pet owner. But if it can handle pet hair, if it can handle what those dogs are leaving on our carpets, you know it's gonna do an amazing job for your carpet as well.
For sure.
I mean, look at the difference on this carpet. It's so easy to use. It's so lightweight. I mean, look at that. 8 pounds, 40 minutes of runtime. It doesn't matter if it's this carpet. It doesn't matter if it's the hardwood floors and tile floors. It will make a huge difference. And I'll show you that canister as well. I mean, we filled that up.
That's right.
So we filled up that canister, so you can open that up, and then you just have that little trigger right there. You can pull that dirt. Look at
all of that.
Seriously, that looks crazy. It looks like a raccoon on your carpet there. I mean, look at that. I mean, and that's what we're able to do. So that's why we're saying that we can compare what we put in that canister to exactly what you're putting in that canister now. That big clunky upright that you're using and having to plug in when you can use something that is 8 pounds, rechargeable, cordless, but it is not a stick vac.
Okay.
It's gonna be better than that stick vac. It's going to be able to take the place of that big upright as well. You'll love it, honestly.
Try it out. So many of you have already called in to pick yours up when we launched this at midnight, which was just 3 hours ago. And a lot of you have already reserved yours and placed your order. If this is something you're saying, oh gosh, finally, a solution. Finally, I don't have to deal with the cord. Because maybe for you, it's not a matter of tripping over the cord, or it's about, I don't have a whole lot of outlets. I have to move things around just to get to an outlet. Or, you know, it's the kids who do the vacuuming and they never roll the cord up. It could be something as simple as that. Absolutely. For you, it might be about the fact that it's lighter weight. Many of those bigger, bulkier vacuums can be about double the weight. And if you have to carry those up and down stairs, that's the last thing you want to do. We have it for you today. You're getting the 5 scent cartridges, so every time you vacuum, not only does your house look better, it smells better. And you've got it in either the teal or the purple. Go ahead and decide.
Yeah, exactly. It really will make a difference. If you can go into your hall closet or wherever you're keeping this in your pantry and grab that vacuum and just head right out and do that quick vacuuming, if it's the kitchen or if it's going to be those carpets, you're gonna love it that you don't have to worry about not only plugging it in, but I like what you said, where you have to roll that cord back up. And then we're giving you an extra one of the filters, and I'll show you that. So there's the filter that you can put over. So that goes right over there. But in here, this is where your scent cartridge is. So that's your scent cartridge right there. So you push that in, and you can change those. It's giving you 5 of those and an extra filter. So when you want to clean and wash out this filter, great. You can do that. Sort of let that dry, and then you can pop the other one in there while you're doing that, and you're set to go. So again, including the first time ever we've included 2 of those filters, and then of course the first time we've had those scent cartridges as well, giving you that nice fresh spring scent, which isn't too bad. But again, let's just go through some of these other things. Look at this. I wanted to show you this. Just even in between the carpet there, we've got that little gap, and you can see how it really starts to pull in those feathers, and that's even a balloon right there. It's gonna grab that. Grabs that pet hair, the feathers. It does a great job on all those surfaces. And I really think that you're gonna find it makes it easier. If you want carpet lines, that's when you'll know this isn't a stick bag. If you wanna see those carpet lines on your carpet, you're gonna do it. So we've got some more feathers and pet hair. And that's actually dog food. Yeah. Of course, this is our canine. It can handle the dog food as well. Right. So whether it's the hard surfaces, now we've got some feathers with the dog food. I mean, some of these things are almost no challenge for the canine. How about that huge line of, what is that? I think that's beads.
Like crafting beads.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, really, it is no problem at all. And again, remember how great this is. This will be a great angle for you to see how that can go flat. Look at that, it's flat to the ground, still functioning. And look at this, I can still maneuver this the way I want, even when it's flat like that. So a fantastic all-around vacuum. Wow. So if you're looking for one, if you're looking for something that is really set the standard for a brand new category of vacuum. And look at that. Sure. I love that shot as we're coming up. You can see those carpet lines. You can see how great that carpet looks. So that's a concern for a lot of people. If you're going to spend the time vacuuming, you want it to look like you just vacuumed. That's right. This AirRam can deliver that as well.
I like this. I really do. And when we started the presentation, Peter was telling you when he and I were meeting about this, I was skeptical, Sally. I was like, I don't know. You know, because we're so used to the big, bulky vacuum cleaners. And every time you hear something cordless, what do you think? You think cordless means, you know, just one quick pickup, and then I'm gonna have to recharge it again for hours and hours and hours. So that's what I was thinking too. But I had to remember, this is from Bissell. Bissell is a brand that we know and trust with our home appliances. You may have had Bissell vacuum cleaners maybe your whole life. This one is your AirRam K9. And so even if you don't have pets, whether it's dogs or cats or what have you, even if you don't, when this is strong enough to pick up the pet hair and the kitty litter and the dog food and the bigger chunks of things, even if you don't have that in your home, you know it can pick up the dust and debris that we all really do have. You've got it at a really great price, because normally this would be $250. And I think if it were $250, you'd think automatically, oh, that must be a great vacuum cleaner. But we gave it an even better price, but you still get the great vacuum cleaner, and that's the big deal on that. I want you to see, we were showing you on carpet. Take a look at all these surfaces.
On the different hard floor surfaces, that's what, you know, I was amazed when I first used it on the hard floor surfaces, and then I saw it on the carpet, and that's when you really can tell that this isn't just sort of a one-trick pony, that it's only good for one thing, that this can replace whatever you're using right now. And I love what you talked about when you said, well, cordless, you know, maybe it's not gonna run a long time, or maybe just because it's cordless, it's not gonna be powerful enough. I mean, you will see this is an extremely powerful vacuum. So right there was pet hair. And watch how it can, again, go right through that coffee. And what you notice is there's nothing, it's not leaving anything. It's not scattering anything. There's a good thick section of that coffee right there. And it does a great job. So whatever you're doing, and I wanted to show you this, we can show you how underneath your little toe kicks there in the kitchen, you can see how it fits beautifully underneath there, and still can grab the pet hair. Look at that. Before I even get to it, it's gonna pull all of that in there. It really is amazing. You will be amazed. You're seeing something that I believe, and I've been around these vacuums for a long time now, that is completely different than anything else you've used in the way it functions. It's a brand new category. It's not that same old stick vac. You've tried that. Yeah, it works on a couple of nice things on the floor surfaces, but it can't do the carpets. This will do it all. And you're gonna love those headlights. Yeah. When you see those headlights lighting up a room, and that doesn't mean you're gonna vacuum in the dark, but I was surprised. I'm vacuuming, especially in the bedrooms, even during the day, there's not a tremendous amount of light in there, but it lights up everything, and you see everything that with a regular vacuum you're gonna miss. So not only does this K9 Air Ram see all that dirt, it picks it all up as well.
I like that. And you saw that was just, it was a quick demonstration of the kind of things that we encounter in our homes every day. From the coffee grounds, you might have them on your kitchen floor right now. I know I do, I hate to admit it, but I do. The pet hair, the dog food, the kitty litter, the, you know, just the everyday dust that gets there. This is an easy way. I love showing it going up or down the stairs, because if you're the one in your home who does the vacuuming, and you already know the kind of, it's kind of a pain, it's kind of a chore or a headache when you do have to lug the vacuum up or down. Or even make room in the utility closet for that big bulky vacuum. This is so streamlined, you could put it in, you know, it takes up a lot less space, so you can kind of put it anywhere. You can even tuck it just behind the door.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just showing you how the handle's adjustable, so you can adjust it if you want it a little bit shorter when you're vacuuming. But I think just for storage, having it all the way down like that, and then I can just lift it up and lock it into place right there. So again, there's so many great things about it. I mean, the 8 pounds is fantastic, because you can just move around, and you're never dealing with that cord anymore. And I'm always the one, you unplug it in one room, and I don't want to do anything with it, and you start trying to drag it to the next one, and the cord gets caught on every door, and I'm yanking that cord. I mean, never again, because this makes it so easy.
I like that it's not as loud as a typical vacuum, too.
No,
because it doesn't scare your pets or the kids.
They've really done a great job, because when you look at it, the motor, the canister, everything is right on the floor, which when you see it, you're gonna say, well, that makes perfect sense. Why were we trying to force all that dirt all the way up the vacuum when it can be right here on the floor? So I want everyone out there who's still looking at it and thinking, well, this is not a stick vac. Look at this carpet. Now you can verify, it looks very clean. Yeah. And that might be exactly like so many of our carpets at home. But when you start vacuuming, then you start to see not only the difference in how great the carpet looks, but we're gonna see all the dirt that's in that carpet. This is a nice, I guess a pretty plush carpet.
Nice, yeah.
And you see the difference that this Air Ram can make. And then you're gonna see the difference in that canister. So when you vacuum, whether you're seeing dirt, because much of the time we don't see the dirt, you want it to be getting those carpets as clean as possible. So we're able to do that. So I'll open that up and I'll show you.
Wow.
Look at all that dirt that was in that carpet that we didn't even notice, and now we can see it. So look at that. It is gross. So that's the kind of stuff that I want you to see that could be in your carpets. This is the kind of dirt that kind of wears out your carpets faster than they should. It does damage to your carpet. So again, not a stick vac. This has got the power. They've developed that power right down to your floors and to your carpets. So it's pulling that dirt out, and it's transferring that dirt just a short distance right into that tank.
Peter, I'm glad you showed that too, because that's the kind of dirt that if you, let's say you wear socks around your house and you're thinking, my carpets are vacuumed, why are my socks dirty? Guess what? You still have dirt in your carpets. It happens, it's something we all have to deal with. This is just an easy way to do it. And I just want to mention, because this does come with the 5-scent cartridges, as Peter's been vacuuming, the studio is smelling better and better and better. And it's just a very subtle, light scent. It's not a perfumey scent that's going to, you know, be too much for your home.
That's why we like to just call it a nice spring scent. But again, when you see that unseen dirt, you know, that's completely different than the carpet I'm doing right now. So if you have pets and your carpets can get this covered in pet hair, you want a vacuum to handle that. And the Air Ram K9 is going to do it. But if you just want to be able to vacuum, have your carpets look great, again, we're talking about those carpet lines. This is the vacuum for you. It gives you beautiful carpet lines, very easy to push. The maneuverability is amazing as you go back and forth and around. I mean, this is, I guess this carpet's kind of a gray, maybe a little bit of silver. And look at the difference in that carpet lines. When you can see that with this vacuum, I think you're gonna be super pleased. You're gonna put it back in the closet. You're gonna know you can take it out the next day, do the same thing without the cord. And if you're only vacuum, you know, many of us do one room, or you're just doing the kitchen, it's not something you have to charge every day. But when you go to charge it, it's super simple. I like just removing that battery, plug it in maybe on the kitchen counter, and you're set to go. Plug it right in the back, and we give you the plug. Yeah. Just like you just plug it in the back, then plug it into the wall. Super easy.
For sure.
As easy as charging your cell phone. You're gonna love it. This is a completely new category of vacuum. It can do it all.
Okay, I'm no longer skeptical.
You're convinced?
I'm convinced.
You did it. You convinced Tamara.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna see this today's special throughout the day, but if you want yours in purple or teal, go ahead and call us or go to hsn.com and you can order it. We've got one more item. Stay with us. I'm gonna run outside to share it with you.
I grew up always dreaming and wanting to create things. I see something and I see that we can make it better. One day, the light bulb just went off. Nobody has this. They're waiting for me to invent it.
Next thing you know, you're on HSN and the whole world's hearing about it.
It just sold out.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
HSN celebrates the dreamers, inventors, and entrepreneurs who follow their hearts, helping American dreams come true.
Being here today proves anything is possible.
Shop like a VIP with the HSN credit card. Apply now and instantly get $10 off when you're approved. As an HSN card member, you'll get all kinds of perks, like extra flex on jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases all day, every day. Plus VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, and there's no annual fee. Apply now. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com.
All right, so I had to come outside for this last item, and I promised you solutions to problems that we have around our home in this hour, and this is a big one. Your water hose. Think about the basic green hose that we've all had, maybe you have at home, that it kinks up every time it gets knotted. Look at the one you see right there. You couldn't kink it up if you tried. You can't even tie it in. You see that knot? It's not going anywhere. The water's still gonna flow. That's why this is called the Bionic Steel water-saving heavy-duty garden hose. I'll tell you, I've had a chance to present this many, many times. I am impressed with it every single time because it's not like your basic green garden hose. We've got it for you today at two different options. We have a 50-foot and a 100-foot. You decide which one you want, or if you want a couple of them, do it while we've got fall prices on these. But they're not gonna, you can't, you know, they're not gonna kink, they're not gonna break, they're not gonna, you know, wear out and degrade if you sit them out in the hot sun. These are your basic water hoses that are anything but basic. We're gonna give you a full presentation, but again, your 50-foot or your 100-foot, these are fall prices. Even if you're saying, well, it's fall, the season's changing, I'm not really gonna use it as much, you're still gonna wash your car, you're still gonna need to wipe down, you know, or wash down your front walk, this is the way you do it. We've got more to share with you. Our guest for the rest of this hour is Justin Hyatt, and Justin loves this as much as we do. We're gonna go to him and show the difference that Bionic makes.
Yes, Bionic hose. Not only is it the coolest name for a hose, it is the coolest hose that you're ever going to get, and we say this might end up being the only hose that you'll ever need ever again, because you can't kink it, you can't cut it, you can't crush it, and as you can see, we've tied it in a knot, we've tied it in a bow, all we really have to do is now throw it over our shoulder, and it's still going to work. A hose that actually works with you, not against you, so when you grab it and you want to do those everyday chores of using it in your garden, using it in your lawn, it's going to work instead of you having to find where that kink is. can't kick it, you can't cut it, you can't crush it. And since it's made of stainless steel 304, you don't have to worry about it rusting. You don't have to worry about it getting moldy. This will be the last hose that you'll ever have to need.
For sure. I love that. And if you, the thing is, you can't do what Justin was just showing you with a green garden hose, because you bend it in just one spot and all of a sudden you have no water. This is the way to go. This is why these have been so popular here at HSN. Again, we have both sizes for you, the 50-foot or the 100-foot. 50-foot by far is the more limited. So I want to make sure you go ahead and pick yours up. But it's everything that we could possibly want in a garden hose.
Yeah, finally the garden gods have answered our prayers when it comes to hoses, right? The worst thing is we go to get a hose every single season. One gets worn out. Yeah. The one that we always say it's not going to kink. Possibly the ones that say that it's expandable, right? Yeah. What happens with those ones that are expandable? They say don't run it across a sharp surface. Don't run it across a rough surface. I don't want to have to baby my hose. It's a hose. Right. Now you don't have to worry about that. This is made of that stainless steel coils, so we can take our saw, take it to our bionic hose, and nothing is going to happen. You can drag this across your pavers. You can drag this across our hurricane shutters that might be out right now because it's hurricane season. Nothing is going to happen to this hose. Now with your rubber hose, again, we're rubbing it over time. What ends up happening? It starts to wear out. All of a sudden, we start to see Old Faithful. Before we know it, there's how many of these little kinks that are inside of our hose? We find one, guess what? There's 20 more. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that now with your bionic hose.
I love this. I really do. You can tell. I mean, whoever would think that you would rave about a water hose? Guess what? One that you don't have to keep rebuying over and over. One that's actually going to work for you when you need it. Look at that. This is what happens with a traditional garden hose. Yeah,
we have kind of what looks to be a St. Patty's hot dog out here, right? But what ends up happening over time is this hose is going to get worn out. Now, in the summertime, what ends up happening is it gets hot and it starts to not be as stiff, right? When we first get it, it's like a rock. It's like an actual pipe, right? But then it starts getting so soft that it kinks even easier. Yeah. The other ones that we were talking about, the nylon ones, those aren't going to kink, right? Well, guess what? They're gonna burst because you use them and all of a sudden they have the Old Faithful. We have a little bit of a heating gun, and this is not the type that you use on your hair. This is literally to strip paint and to strip other stuff off of the walls. If I was to put this onto our rubber hose, as you would imagine, over time, just like the sun, it's going to slowly melt this hose. You can already start to see it smoking a little bit, right? I'm gonna put it all the way on high.
Okay. And that would represent just several regular hot days sitting out in the sun.
Yeah, this is a day in Phoenix, in Arizona, right? And in Florida. We're using it. It's getting hot, it's getting worn down, and what ends up happening is that's where you start getting those slimy
I smell burning rubber.
Right? It gets hot. And that slimy, mildewy hose with your bionic hose, since it's made of that shiny, reflective stainless steel, it's going to be reflecting the sun. So when you leave this outside, you don't have to think about when I pick it up, kind of like a seatbelt in our car that feels like it's the temperature of the sun.
Yeah.
This is going to still be cool to the touch because it's reflecting that heat, it's reflecting the light of the sun, and which means it's going to last longer, of course, and you're not having to worry about that rust, as we can see what happens with metal in the actual regular elements of every day.
Yes.
It's not going to happen with your stainless steel 304 bionic hose.
For sure. I mean, it really is an innovation in a tool that every garden, every homeowner needs. It truly is. You know, in most homes, you might even have two of your traditional hoses, one in the front yard, one in the back. If you need two of these, get them while you've got them at fall prices and while you've got them on FlexPay. FlexPay is available. We're gonna go ahead and show you more. We're gonna show you, because the thing is, you're looking at the bionic hose, but we're so used to what we're used to. We wanna show you how and why and what makes it so different overall.
Yeah, who could think you could throw so much technology into something that we feel is just a traditional rubber hose, right? What you're seeing are those steel coils that are wrapping around your rubberized hose that's inside. that's protecting that rubberized hose, but you still have 600 PSIs, pressures per square inch, inside of that hose, so you don't have to worry about it bursting in the summertime and even in the winter time. So if you were to think, I totally forgot my hose outside, it's already getting, we know it's the first day of fall, right? We know up north it's already 40 degrees at nighttime. We might forget our hose, right? We're normal people, we forget it. Well, if you were to leave it outside and you leave some water inside, what ends up happening with water, it expands, it freezes. That would blow up your hose. That's not going to happen. There you go. There's a gigantic block of ice that your bionic hose is in, and it's going to last summertime. It's gonna last wintertime. This isn't a hose that you feel like I have to replace every single season. And if you just have a green thumb, you're just using it for your everyday, making with the kids in the pool, the kiddie pool, or spraying down the dog, or spraying the grass, or you wanna wash the car. We don't need that strong industrial hose that you can't drag around, that weighs a lot, that's not nearly as flexible, that you're fighting more than actually using.
For sure, you've got it right here. I mean, and you know, the fact that these are, we really wanted to highlight this for you because if you haven't had a chance to get it, this would be your time. Every household needs a water hose, right? These are disposable. These are the things that you don't want to have to keep buying. And this, the green hose, you had to keep buying. It's disposable. With the Bionic, no longer do you have a disposable water hose. How would you love to finally have one, and that's just it? I'm done buying them. It's easy to work with. They're not gonna rust. They're not gonna kink. You can't drive over them with the car. They're not gonna rust. I mean, they're not gonna crush.
No, exactly, which is another great point. They've designed everything to even the couplings, right? Sometimes you can find these hoses where there's actually plastic couplings. This is the piece that attaches to your faucet. What ends up happening is those threads break or the coupling gets crushed because it's a cheap metal. Since it's stainless steel, you can actually have 190 pounds of pressure on the coupling right here, and it's not going to break. So if you were to accidentally step on it, if you were to be pulling on your hose, which is what we normally do, right? You don't have to worry about those threads getting ruined, so that when you're trying to put it back onto your faucet, it doesn't thread right and you lose pressure and the water starts squirting out the side. You don't have to worry about that. But one thing I really want to talk about, which is the first thing that you're going to notice right when you grab and get your Bionic hose at home, is not only how flexible it is, how lightweight it is. I couldn't believe it. When I first got this, you think of a hose and it's rubber, you think that's gonna be lighter weight than stainless steel. We have it right here, it's nearly half the weight. We have 100 feet of our Bionic hose, which is stainless steel, and then 100 feet of our traditional rubberized hose. This rubberized hose not only is going to be a pain to use, dragging this around your yard, dragging it, trying to pull it around your driveway, trying to pull it around your vehicle, whatever you're trying to do, that rubber is catching on to everything, it's getting kinked. And what we call these are kind of our memorized, we have like memory foam. This is like a memory hose, so that when you are, do you see the way it's coiled?
Yes.
When you finally go to use it, it's basically like a slinky, right? It's like a spring. It just wants to stay coiled up and you're constantly fighting your hose. You can see the flexibility in your Bionic hose. You're not gonna have to fight it. And when you want to, I'm telling you, you're gonna love this.
Because how many times with your green hose have you done the lasso thing? You're trying to unlasso the hose and it's a pain. And that's why, how many times have you driven through neighborhoods and you see the hose just laying out? Because by the time the person was done using it, they didn't feel like rolling it back up again. This is so great. It's lighter weight, it's easier to use, it's not a pain, you're not fighting with the hose. You're thinking, I shouldn't have to go through all of this just to water the grass, water the plants. What about with the green hose? Because it's so heavy, if you pull it through your flower bed, you've crushed some of your flowers.
Speaking of even flower beds, can you fit your 100 feet of hose into a bucket, into your flower bed? And like we're saying, you're not somebody who needs a hose that is gonna withstand everything that you throw at it at a construction site. We are not at a construction site, we're at home. So if you have a condominium, if you have an apartment, you don't necessarily have a hose for yourself, but maybe you have a spigot on the side, so you wanna wash your car. So you can now go ahead and carry your 100 feet of hose in a bucket, bring it downstairs, attach it to your spigot. If you have an RV, if you have a boat, there's nothing worse than saying, okay, let's grab the hose. Now, we'll just see if the dock has a hose by the time we get to the place, right? We'll leave our hose at home. And plus, we're a little embarrassed by it. But you talked about the neighborhoods. I'm going to run over here because sometimes our hoses can be a little bit of an eyesore. And we can't necessarily coil them all the way up.
For sure. And I want to, this is the 100-foot. I just wanted to pick this up because there would be no way that I could easily do that with your traditional green hose. But with this one, it's 100 feet of hose, and I can do that. We're going to go on over to Justin so that we can see how this is going to be when you roll it up.
So I know we're running out of time. I'm just attaching. We already have 100 feet of hose right here. We talked about it being an eyesore. It's a pain to get that rubber hose back on here. By the time you put it all on there, there's 5 kinks underneath all of that, right? All we have to do now is just coil up, and what I want you to see, it's like Quicksilver across your driveway. You don't have to worry about the friction. We talked about those expandable hoses that are made of that nylon fabric material that says, don't drag across sharp surfaces. Don't drag across rough surfaces. Don't baby your hose ever again. Like I said at the very beginning, not only is this the coolest name for a hose, this is the coolest hose that you're ever gonna buy, and may perhaps be the last hose that you ever buy, unless you buy another Bionic hose to attach to it right here from your current Bionic hose.
For sure. Go ahead and pick yours up so you decide whether you want it in the 50-foot or the 100-foot. We will send either one out to you at a fall price. We do have flex pay available if you would like that. And it just makes it easy to work around the house. Justin, thank you as always.
Thank you, Tamara.
For sure. And thank you as well for shopping with us. And I hope we solved some problems that we typically have around the home. All right, I'm gonna be off for a couple days. Debbie Denman is coming up. She's got 2 hours